Welcome to Attican Plays Airport CEO. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 3 of Airport CEO. In Episode 2, we focused on our administration, and that's not going to change here for a bit. I want to get the baggage stuff completely researched, and I want to have that ready to go, and I want to get catering and cleaning as well. I don't recall if I've done cleaning yet. Doesn't matter. Well, let's see. Have we? I think maybe we have, but I want to get all these things ready so that we can, in this episode, set up a baggage claim, or at least get a strong start on it. And so I'm going to just let this run. I'm going to let it run fast because we need to do a couple things here. One is get a little more research done so we have the whole baggage chain ready. And then secondly, I want to have some money. We need money because this is going to be expensive, what we're going to do. And one thing I know I could do right away is go ahead and I believe we have all these, I think we have all of our contractors we do. So I want to go into the terminal, go up one layer, and we're going to put a second story on all of this so they can start working on that. And while they're doing that, we can look at how we would do security, and because we're going to have to set up a secure zone up here, otherwise folks won't be able to do what I'm seeing. And I'll explain. It's easier to show you this than to explain it. Medium security is not really what we're after here. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to get. I think we need this actually to get what I'm looking for. But anyway, we'll let them get started on that, and they may or may not be able to handle it. Without some stairs or something to help them out. But here we're getting all materials, and our workers are starting to get to work. Actually, they're not. Oh, they don't know how to get up there. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we're going to have to give them, we're going to put escalators. Now, the plan is to put escalators back here. So I know at a minimum, we're going to need a secure area. Let's just put one out at least this far. And we'll put an escalator right in the middle. Going down this way. Oh, that's weird. Why isn't it here? Oh, I'm completely off. I want it out here, actually. I want an escalator that's going to come down. And then I want one the other way, like so. There, now our workers can get up to that second floor and start working. Now, we'll talk about while that's happening. The plan is you come in and you go up to the second floor. And in fact, we can go ahead and build escalators like this that go up. You come right in and you're going to go up like so. We'll put 2 up in there. Okay, so You come into the airport from the subway. You enter it in an unsecure area. You go upstairs. All of our check-in and baggage claim, or sorry, check-in for your flight, check your baggage will be up here. Security will also be up here, and you'll check in, go through security, and then go back down these escalators to go to your gates in this right off the main terminal. But you'll also use this as check-in for all the other stuff we're going to build way down the road. So these guys are just flying and getting their stuff done. Okay, beautiful. So now we've got that done. Now what we're going to do is set up baggage claim so that our baggage bay is going to be right out here, because that's easy access for our baggage trucks to get to it. But that also means that we need to have access to that from the terminal, so that our workers, our security officers, can get out there. And we're also going to need the area where the security folks run the security checks on the baggage. So again, it's coming in way up here, but we need to run it all the way down and out here. And we could put our security office up above ground, or we could put it actually underground. And unfortunately, we can't just put a door here and have folks walk across to get to work. They won't do it because they would be crossing zones. So we could have, I don't even think we could have them walk out here and walk down. I just don't think it's going to happen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out that bench right there, and we're going to put in right underneath this. We're going to build an area right underneath this that runs over here. So I want to get an idea of where that is. So we're going to put in kind of set aside a road system here, and we're going to put our baggage bay right over here. And our folks are going to need to be able to get into that baggage bay. So let's create a building over here. It needs to be, how deep does it need to be? I think we can make it as deep as we choose to. Let's just get a sense for what this is going to look like. Baggage bay right here. Okay. Then we don't, and we need a stairs. All right. Okay, this is a good alignment. So we're going to run a building, a connection underground that goes over here and allows our workers to get over to the baggage claims. So we're going to go down underneath, and then we're going to put in terminal underground that runs across like this. And does it really need to be that big? That's fine. It kind of looks nice like that. So that's going to be the underground passageway for our workers to get over there. So this is secure, remember. So we're going to have security down here. And we're going to need security up here. Now, why is that? Because the way our workers are getting over here is they're going to come in through the secure area, walk down some stairs we're going to put in right here. This will be set aside as a staff-only area, but they'll be in a secure zone. So they're going to need to come down into a secure zone, walk over here to another secure zone in order to move around, because otherwise we would have to put an actual security exit in here somewhere in order to allow them to walk. So we're just going to mark it all as secure, and we're going to put in our baggage claim set, our baggage check, security check area over here. So we're going to have the main the first pass at checking security, and it's going to have, let's see, it's a bigger room than we need, but we might even put a staff room down here for our security officers. So we're going to have, let's see, level 1. Okay, and we're out of money. So what I really need to do now is stop for a minute and let this stuff get built. And we need to accumulate some funds, because we are making money. We are doing well with our little puddle jumper airport. But this is expensive. What we're ready to do now is expensive. First of all, this whole floor was very expensive. What did that cost us? Well, let's just see. Well, unfortunately, if you don't have the funds, it won't. I wish it would let you, instead of saying insufficient funds, it should also say how much money you need. That's a very incomplete message to tell me that's insufficient funds. That should say insufficient funds, but it should have at least, it should tell me, like here it tells you it's 15,000. It should tell you it's going to cost you 300,000 or whatever. Otherwise, you don't really have a sense of how much money do I need to save. But we are getting our underground passageway built. That's good. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch this for a while, keep our research going. Definitely need this one, automation, to make this whole plan work. So we've got this reduced project time, which makes all of this faster. So we've got administrative support helping our administrators, and we've got staff productivity boost. Well, guess what? Our admins are staff also. So these two working together are making these go faster. And we'll just we'll accumulate money. I think I'll let this run for a while. We're still in year 1, day 5, so we're in great shape. And we'll let this run and get us at least a $500,000. We could do a loan here too if we wanted to. But I'll just keep this going for now. Keep an eye on our staff. We're in good shape. Vehicles, we're in good shape. A little low. Remember that jobs available thing. It's not jobs like, well, your job is to do this. It's actual tasks that have to be done by those vehicles. So it's a point in time look, and it can be a little bit deceptive for you. So just to double check here, let's look at our money. Yeah, if we look at the totals, so we spent $1 million on construction. So we lost money if you count all the construction. If you don't, we actually made money. So our economy's going strong right now. We're doing just fine. Thank you very much. But you know, we do need to accumulate some cash or take a loan. And I think, again, what I'm going to do is just focus on this, getting these last pieces of research done. We've got a little storm going on out here in the airport. And we could run over here and do pick up some discounts on our pricing. Remember, we can only take 2 of each of these program groups and apply administration to them to get discounts or boosts in productivity or whatever. So you have to kind of pick and choose which ones you want. Now this one here, for example, we're going to keep running it until we're through with all of our research, which is almost done. These are the last 2 to research and we'll be completely finished. So, and this one takes a minimum of 10. So what we'll do is once we get this one done, we'll reassign everybody to get this one, get people on that and let them go. But we don't really need it for a while. We're not going to run that many. We don't need to run 200 flights just yet. All right, so take everybody off this, put them all on that, and we will go back and take away our supplier discount, put people on this like so, and I think we'll just leave it, let it run like that. That'll finish off our research. We can accumulate some money, so I'm just going to let it run for a while. Make sure we've got making money with all of these, and we are. Yeah, so we're fine. We've got a functioning airport, and let's just accumulate some funds. And we could, assuming we can get the highest level security, yeah, there we go. That's what we want. So we can go up here and see if this is the spacing is going to work for us. And it looks like it is. So what I want to do here, now we can't do it right there. And that's a very nice place for that in terms of the down, the main floor. So we'd like to have How many security checks do we really need? Well, it's interesting. The good thing is if we start here and run them like so, we can add more. If we need them, we can add more like this, and we could even turn it and do them like this to get more. And of course, these two escalators are going down to these gates, but I'm seeing we're going to be having stuff going off to some other places over here, up here, perhaps. Now we may choose to just split it off into a completely different terminal. Like for example, our international might be a completely different terminal, and I think that's probably what we're going to do because I think that would be more cool. But at any rate, I think this is fine like it is, to leave it back here and have a nice big area for check-in. And what I really want is a check-in, and I want to be able to put restaurants, shopping, and seating in this area here, the unsecure zone. I want to be able to build that up and have a nice place for people to wait while it's before, up until the time they need to check in for their flight. So let's get those built. That'll give us security. And what we can do, just to double check and make sure this is all going to work, is once those two upstairs get built, here comes our builders to work on them. Then we can go ahead and put in some queues for these. And then we can go down here and demolish these guys. And we'll just see if this works, see if people will come in, check in, and go up there to go through security. And there they go, good deal. All right, so they are going up there. That is working. They should go through that security and then go back down these escalators to go to their gates. And there goes that guy off to his gates. Beautiful. Okay, so that's working. And now what I want to do is move our check-in upstairs as well. And, check in. I think I'd like to keep the check-in for this, these gates, and eventually there'll be 6 gates over here. I'd like to keep that kind of over on this side. So I'm thinking that our baggage is actually going to go down right there, and go down and down another floor to get, to get down to where it needs to be. Okay, so everything's looking pretty good. So far the theory's working. And I did notice though that over here, I think I have, this underground building that's going to be our pass through to go over here to baggage claim needs to be a little bit extended because it's not quite under this. So like for example, if I put in a stairs, we're going to put a small stair here that our guys will come in and walk down, and if we go down underneath, see, it's not quite. We need to extend this room by another square, which isn't bad, like that, he said, and take out this wall. and then and we'll have to wait for that wall to be removed. Then we'll extend the secure zone. One thing to note is you don't have, when you are putting in security or any kind of a zoning, the walls don't pick up that zoning. So if I had gone ahead and painted my secure zone and then remove the walls, there would be a blank here, a spot that isn't secure, and that would stop everything. That would keep anybody from moving through the system the way we want them to. So now we've got that, and now we should be able to position a stairs the way we want it, a small one. Let's go up here and figure out our location. Kind of going down. I can't tell. It looks like down. Let's see. Let's scoot it over a little bit. We don't need to have them running right down. Okay, right there. There we go. So now we can build our stairs. So we can go ahead and do that. And actually, we need to do that because these people are getting stuck trying to build down here. So we can, if we put the stairs in, that'll open this up so that people, our workers, can get up and down. They need a way to move when they're building foundations and stuff like that. So all these guys are stuck. If we go out here, we're going to want to be able to come back up to get in this place. So we're going to, so from here somewhere, and I'd kind of like to put it maybe over this way, because I could see if we decide we need it, we may put another baggage bay, extend the building and put another baggage bay over here. So let's put a stairs over here and put it, like this. So you're kind of walking into the building, and we'll put it underneath. Now is that turned right? It's really hard to tell the ups and downs. I can't. That looks like it's going up. In there somewhere would be good. That would actually work like that. See if we can put the stairs in and unstick these guys. There we go. Much better. Because once you place a stairs or an escalator, it sort of is building the dig out, the tunnel, the whatever, the carve out for it, and the workers can use that carve out to move. So now, okay, now we've got, okay, a worker can come in here, go down that stairs, pass through this area, go up these stairs, and into the baggage bay. A worker could also come here, come down, and then work at this, because we will need one security officer running this little system for us right here, which we're going to go ahead and build. We got some money. Let's go ahead and build it out. So, okay, we're going. Well, now let's take a moment and explain this. This is your first security check. It is the baggage scanner 1. So it automatically scans any bags that come in, and it'll, if they look good and it can pass it, they'll come out this way and they'll be passed and ready to be moved on to, in our case, well, in any case really, they'll be ready to move on and sent to a baggage bay where they'll then be loaded onto planes. So these are checked in bags that come in. They'll come in here. They'll come out here if they're good. If they're bad, they'll get if they're suspect, let's say that. If they're suspect, they'll pop out this side right here. So what we're going to do is we have special scanners that look for organics, guns, explosives, drugs, and money. and those scanners are very specific tests. So we want to run through each one of those if the item is at all suspicious. So what we're going to do is set this up. I think we got plenty of room. Yeah, we're going to set this up so that we've got the first level, whatever it was, organics. We're going to check for organics, and then what will happen is we'll go to guns, and like so, and I'll just walk you through all that. Let me put them all out there. Whoops. And I'll show you what's going on. So I'm going to grab each one of the 5. They don't have to be in any particular order. But now what will happen is we're going to set up belts. Now what we're going to do... No, I don't want to delete that. I've already built it. I goofed. I didn't leave myself enough room. Remember, there's a belt that's going to come out here. So it's going to come out here and feed into our little security array. So that would actually work. Okay, let me just... I'll confirm that for myself. You come out, you go there. Perfect. All right, so out of this into that, and then we're going to set up the rest of these so that we have a check for each specific thing we're looking for, like so. Now, as if it when it let's build it, and then I'll walk through it. Where am I? Well, actually, you can see it well like this. First check. If it's good, goes here. If it's suspicious, goes here. Then it gets checked specifically for each one of these 5 things. On each one of them, if it looks okay, it just moves it on to the next test. If it looks suspicious, it bumps it out onto the suspicious tray, so to speak. At any point, it could be bumped over there. Then it goes all the way up to the top of the system, and it says, okay, well, all right, we've got something that's suspicious here. We can't pass it on an automatic test. So we're going to take it into our manual scan. So we're going to have a person working right here, a security officer who's going to get scans and look at the bag in question manually and see, is it any good? Is it okay? Can I pass it? So any of the bads will go into this. The goods will bypass this and just move on out to go to the world. Now this guy here will look at it and say, okay, if it's good, it comes out as a good. If it's bad, we've got a baggage destroyer that's going to say, oh, that's a bad thing. We're going to destroy that particular item. It's a security risk. So now what we're going to do is set up while we're here. We'll set up each of these. And this is where it gets, you can mess this up so easily. And I wish there's some way to test it or look at it better. What this is a down conveyor belt. It's a high-speed escalator. It's a bag escalator, down or up. And this is just your belt. Belt, down, up. And we want to go down. We want that guy right there. And we've got to look at it and say, okay, where does it feed? So it's going to feed. Remember I said these are the good ones. So if there's a good one, it's going to feed into this down. Now it wouldn't have to. We could actually run it. You know what? It might be simpler since we've got space here. I think what we'll do is just run it belt. We'll just run it straight up like this and on up to here. That one will link into it. That one will link into it. And then up here at the end of the line, we're going to have an escalator down that's going to take what comes out of the system. So It could come from here as good. It could come from here, meaning it went through all those and it's good. Or it could come from here, manual inspection, it's good. All the goods will all come to here and drop down and to feed into our baggage system. So down here, we're going to need to run a belt that's going to go up here like this and go to all the way up here to where our baggage bay is. So we can run this straight out like this and say, okay, take off. And I'm not really sure how far I want to go. That's pretty close. All right, let's give it a target. So where is it going? It's going to go to our departure on our bay. So we want to be able to bring the stuff up to that baggage bay from down below. So we're going to get a escalator up, but we're going to attach it and spin it around so it's okay, yeah. You have to look at it and see where the arrows are going. The arrows are going down screen and the receptacle is up top screen. So we want this to feed. Show me the arrows. There we go. We want it to feed like that, but it has to be placed down here. So there's going to be an escalator up that starts right there. So that's our target now. Now we have a target for our, let's see, go down here. And you know what I think I'm going to do? We came out of that building. I think what I'm going to do instead of, I'm going to get up on the right level as fast as I can. So what we're going to do is get rid of that piece. So here's the end of our building, our little walkway building. So we're going to go to the end of that, and then we're going to get an escalator up and put it right here. And we got to watch it and say, okay, where does it come in? It comes in like that. So there's an escalator up. So up here, we took everything down so that we could go out of this building. We went far enough to leave the building, and now we're going to bring it back up. And the reason we're bringing it back up is because this is the level where we need to bring it into our system. So it needs to. So now we can see that we just need belt that's running in this direction. That's going to go over here. And I know. Let me double check my sides. Yeah, I'm going to run it up like this because over here we're going to have, these are the ones that are going to go out to the terminal. And there's no reason for them to cross. So we're just going to run a line like this. Feeds into that. Like so. There we go. So hopefully that made sense to you, that we do our security check and that we're dealing with the good ones now. If they pass security, they drop down, they go underground for a bit, they pop back up, then they come over here, pop up through this into the baggage bay. So now all the good bags are going to come on here for us to start processing them. Good deal. And let me set up a couple more things here. We can have our people go do some more work. What we're going to want to do is knock down, we're just going to knock these walls down. They aren't weight bearing, so we'll assume they aren't. We're going to knock them down, and we'll let's go there. We can see our stuff being built. It's actually built from the layer above it. There, we've got our whole security system built already. We've got all that. Oh, good. We've got all that built. So we can actually now, from security to the baggage bay is connected. So we've made some progress. Where are we? Now, now what we don't have, of course, we don't have any bags going to security because we're not checking them in anywhere. Let me double check. Have we got everything done? Look at this. We've got all our research done. Hooray for us. Now we need to just put these guys, we're going to take this one off because we don't have any more projects. And we're going to boost our passenger satisfaction. So there's our 2 there. We can do, let's drop everybody off this. And we'll reduce our upkeep costs, we'll reduce our salaries, we'll boost our passenger satisfaction and our staff productivity. And over here, we can pick a couple. We will get deeper discounts from our suppliers, save us money, and we'll build up our relationship with our airlines to get a higher rating with the airlines. That should work. Okay, so now our administrators, we don't have to mess with them anymore by focusing on them quite a bit. And I know it was probably boring for some of you, but by focusing on them quite a bit and really optimizing how they did their research and the project time and all that, we've been able to, in about 5.5 days, finish off all the research. So now we don't have to mess with that anymore. And the good news is now we've got 30 administrators that are all solid, well-trained administrators giving us significant improvements in all those areas. So, and we don't have to look at it anymore. We're good. Now, we need some security officers, and that makes sense because we've put in, we've got the baggage security added now, and we've got the the large security up in our check-in area. So let's go get some security officers. And those are all good ones. We'll take them. Whoa! I just fired a guy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope he doesn't sue us. I just fired a guy for no reason at all because I thought I was hiring him. Oh boy. Okay, we do not want him. He can't train enough. I don't think he's any good either. He would be okay. They're good. And we can train these guys. See, he doesn't get quite as high, but he's pretty good. All right, so there, we got some. We'll need a few more. And what else did we see we needed? One passenger service agent. It won't hurt us to get 1 or 2 more. Let me try not to fire anybody. Okay, this is a really good one. They're well up and not horribly expensive. She's nice and green and cheap. Same here. Good one. I'll take all the. You know what? I'm gonna take all those. They're pretty good. We'll train them up and have good passenger service agents. And we should be good on our staff. We're good on our research. Let me check, see how are we looking on time here. We could do a little bit more. Okay. So how is this going? All right, let's set up how we get the baggage into the system and then connect that to our security. So we're all the way up here on the 2nd floor. So we're going to have to drop down, it looks like. There's certainly 2. All right, so I'm seeing check-in kind of going this way to this corner and this way to this corner. Or we could even have it everything go to here. That would be a shorter route. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a high speed down right. Oh, we could do it, all the way up here if we don't see those Now let's leave some room in case we want to expand those queues. We'll have right there is going to be the high speed down. So all the bags that we check in up here are going to make their way to that drop right there. And when they drop, they're going to end up in our main floor, right? So we want to drop them again. So we want another drop that comes from here. And so we can see this one. Well, I really can't see it. I wish they'd show you the direction better. Okay, yeah, like so. All right, so it's going to drop down to this floor, then we're going to have it drop down one more like that, and it'll drop down to here. Now this level, is this a good level for us or is it too high? Oh, this is perfect. So it'll drop down to here, and then it's got to run up to our security. So let's, while we're down here, let's build the belt that needs to go up here and turn shoot. Let me think about this. We want to drop down because of the wall. We want to drop down from here, so we want to have stuff coming in and line it up with this right there. So now we want this belt to feed right there. Then we can come into this room and we can just say, okay, we need you to come back up, but you don't need to come back up until right there. So we connect these two together like this, and now the checked in bag should come like this, drop down, come over here and come back up and feed into our security system. And then we've already seen how that works and how it flows out to the baggage bay. So now that was easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, so hopefully what we've just done is set up the ability to take stuff from here all the way to security and ultimately to the baggage bay, and even more ultimately to the airplanes, departing planes. So how does this work then? What we do is we get, let's see here, what is it? It's a desk. Check in, it's in a weird place. Check in, here we go, baggage drop. So what we're going to do is set up a baggage drop like this. And there will be a check-in, and we're going to use automated check-ins to put in front of these. So people will come up, check-in desk, self-check-in like this. And the idea is you'll come here, you'll check yourself in. If you have a bag, you'll put it on this and check it and get the appropriate paperwork, what have you, and then walk over here and go through security. And we can set up a, let's see, let's set up, well, all these are going to point to the same bay, and here's where I have some definite suggestions for our buddies. Okay, we'll set up a bunch of those, and we will then run high speed like this. Okay, so you can see you check in here, you go over to the baggage drop, you put your bag on, have it all registered, it goes here, gets on the belt, drops down, moves into the system. So that will allow automatic check-in and allow people to check their bags and go on about their business. Now, what I said about suggestions, it would be great if I could set up one of these because you're going to see once this is built, you're going to see a very tedious process where I have to go in and associate each of these with that bay over there, that baggage bay. Total pain in the ass. What would be so much better is if I could set up one, have it ready, and then do my template copy and paste more, and they would have the same settings. That would be just so nice. Well, it didn't take long to build them. So what we have to do here is go here, connect, and then we have to go over here, drop down one, connect it, come back up. I mean, this is if somebody knows a better way to do it, let me know, because this is a complete pain in the ass. And then, of course, I'm clumsy and hit the wrong keys half the time anyway. Plus, the way the interface works, this sits right over top where you're trying to work. So it's very clumsy to try to get to the next one. I'd like to see them improve that. Go down a couple. Too many. Right there. There is an alternative way they have. I think I could switch over to that, where you click and click, which would actually be better for this particular task. And that one's connected. Here we go. You're not connected. Whoops. I'm just too prone to hitting the wrong key at the wrong time. That one's connected. This one is not. Okay. Okay. All right, so all these are connected up to the bay. Now, that's not going to do us any good until that bay is connected to something useful. So we've got more connections to make. So let's go back down. Is our main floor? Yes. Go down to our main floor here, and we'll start putting in baggage claim areas. And I think we'll put them, maybe we'll put them all along here and put some restaurants and seats and stuff over here. So let's see here. I also want to, while I'm thinking of it, make this a staff only zone so that people aren't over there messing around with our belts. And same thing here, staff only back here. Okay. So you come in, you go upstairs, you go over here, you check in, check your bag, go over to security, and you go out the door. So that should do that. And I think right now what we're going to do is call it a wrap on this episode. And I won't play ahead because I think this really is the hardest thing to do, I think, in the game. And that's something it really is, I think. How's that for a statement? It is. The hardest thing to do is setting up baggage claim. It's the most complex. You have to, do a little factorio playing to do all these belts and ups and downs and splitters. And we haven't even gotten into all the decisions yet, which you'll see in the next episode when we start setting up our baggage claim areas in the terminal. So, yeah, we made a lot of progress here. We're still making money in our little puddle jumper airport, and we're setting the stage for having bigger aircraft and baggage claim and full service to medium-sized aircraft. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Airport CEO video. Thank you.